We have finally reached the final episode of Falcons Talk. Find out everything you need to know about our Atlanta Falcons before the season starts, coming up next.
And we coming for that dub like every day. Big beats hit streets, see gangsters roaming, and parties don't stop till 8 in the morning.
I said welcome to Atlanta where the Falcons play, and we going for that dub like every day. Big beats hit the streets, see gangsters roaming, and parties don't stop till 8 in the morning.
What's good, YouTube? That one Falcons in here back with another video. Welcome to the season finale of Falcons Talk, Season 3, Episode 7. This is the 2025 season preview. It all comes down to this. This episode consists of small portions of each other previous episode this season, in addition to my own personal touches. So hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started with the 2024 season recap. The Falcons finished with a record of 8-9 under first-year head coach Raheem Morris. Although this was more than 7 games that they won for the first time since 2017, it was not enough to make the postseason. And after Kirk Cousins' monumental collapse, after a promising 6-3 start, and a strong lead in first in the division, the Falcons fell off a cliff and they blew the lead. Have we heard that story before? Yes, we have. Let's go over some of the highlights. Bijan Robinson, the focal point of the offense. He will continue to excel. Kirk Cousins, before the injury, was stellar. Week 5 was his best game ever. Kirktober, he broke Matt Ryan's record the same night that Matt Ryan was enshrined into the Ring of Honor. That's an incredible night that no Falcons fan will ever forget. Next, we have Drake London being the team's best target alongside Darnell Mooney. And moving on to the lowlights. Kirk Cousins again. This time, it's his collapse after week 10. Get this. After the loss to the Saints and up until the Raiders game, he had a touchdown interception ratio of a staggering 1-9. That's one touchdown thrown against 9 interceptions thrown. Think about it. That's bananas. That's absolutely infuriating. And talking about infuriating, let's talk about the losses that were infuriating. The losses to the Panthers week 18. The defense couldn't do anything. Broncos week 12. We could not catch a break. We could not do anything on offense or defense. And Commanders week 17. Raheem Morris, self-explanatory. But also one game that I almost forgot, week 3 at the Chiefs. How the fuck do you miss a blatant pass interference call? That was a clear DPI in the end zone against Kyle Pitts. If the Falcons won that game, you're in the playoffs. But of course, the refs love the Chiefs and they're gonna say them in any way possible. So that alone was infuriating. But you know what else was infuriating? Raheem Morris' lack of timeout usage in week 17. And that was the final nail in the coffin for the Falcons. If we call the timeout, if we march down the field and kick that game-winning field goal, we're in the playoffs. But Raheem Morris, he did not do anything. And then the defense. Oh my god, this Falcons defense. It had not a single pass rush. There was no pass rush whatsoever for most of the season, up until the bye, week 12. From week 1, week 12, we had only 10 sacks. Only 10. That's infuriating. Then the pass rush suddenly woke up, had 21 sacks from week 13 to week 17. I don't know how that happened, but thank God. But then week 18, it went back to pre-bye week Falcons. No sacks, no pass rush, no picks, nothing. So yeah, that was frustrating. I predicted the Falcons would have a record of 12-5 on the season, only losing to the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Aints in New Orleans, and the Raiders. Only two last I got correct were the Chiefs and the Aints. The reality, we went 8-9, losing to the Steelers, the Chiefs, the Seahawks, the Aints in New Orleans, the Broncos, the Chargers, the Vikings, the Commanders, and the Panthers at home. So this was undoubtedly a frustrating season for Atlanta, especially for Falcons fans, because we had so many high expectations for the Falcons. Think about it. Before the season, we were supposed to be a playoff contender. Kirk Cousins was supposed to be the final piece of the puzzle for this offense, but all hell broke loose. After 6-3, we exploded and fell off a cliff. Moving on to coaching changes, we all know Jimmy Lake was fired. He was the reason the Falcons defense was so atrocious. So we did a good job by firing him. Who replaced him? The former Jets defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich. He's now the Falcons defensive coordinator. But he is familiar with Atlanta, so maybe the familiarity will help him a lot. He's been in Atlanta before. He was on the 2016 coaching squad and mostly worked with linebackers. So with a guy like Ulbrich, I think he can elevate this defense. Moving on to departures, we had to say goodbye to some players. The one that stung the most was the longtime Falcon, Grady Jarrett, who now is with the Chicago Bears. Joining him is Drew Dalman. Richie Grant, he signs a deal with the 49ers, while Avery Williams heads to Philadelphia. Linebacker Nate Landman, he goes to the Los Angeles Rams, and Rondale Moore goes to the Vikings. Eddie Goldman was sent to the Commanders, while linebacker Lorenzo Carter has officially retired from the NFL. And of course, Jimmy Lake fired as our DC. Moving on to the additions, obviously Jeff Ulbrich, and let's talk about the re-signees. Jake Matthews, Mike Hughes, Daryl Hodge, Ryan Newsel, Taquan Graham, and Dee Alford. The new additions: Divine Diablo, Leonard Floyd, Mike Ford, Morgan Fox, Jordan Fuller, Lenny Craig, and Easton Stick. I know Kevin King was also added to the Falcons, but the Falcons ended up releasing him, so it doesn't count. Moving on to the 2025 draft class. In round 1, pick 15, we took Jalen Walker, the defensive end linebacker out of Georgia. He becomes the first Georgia Bulldog drafted by the Atlanta Falcons in the first round ever. The Falcons have never drafted a Georgia Bulldog in the first round until this moment. And if you thought that was cool, the Falcons traded back up in the first round to pick 26 with the Rams to take James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee, the defensive end. The Falcons got 2 pass rushers in the first round. This is what we've been begging the Falcons to do for years. Get a freaking pass rush. It's not that hard. Then in round 3, with Philadelphia, we traded up again and took the standout safety, Xavier Watts, out of Notre Dame. In round 4, pick 118, we doubled dip in the secondary and took Billy Bowman Jr., another safety out of Oklahoma. We heard that he will be in the nickel position, so that's also a need for the Falcons. And then in round 7, pick 218, we took Jack Nelson out of Wisconsin, the offensive tackle. And by undrafted free agency, we took 2 special players. But there are more, but these are honorable mentions I want to talk about. Cornerback Kobe Bryant out of Kansas, and wide receiver Nick Nash out of San Diego State. Moving on to our 2025 schedule, we host the Bucks, visit the Vikings, visit the Panthers, host the Commanders, we have our bye, then we host the Bills, visit the 49ers, host the Dolphins, visit the Patriots, visit the Colts via Berlin, host the Panthers, visit the Aints, visit the Jets, host the Seahawks, visit the Bucks, visit the Cardinals, host the Rams, and host the Aints in the season finale. The Falcons' final record will be 10-7, only losing to the Bucks at home, the Bills, the 49ers, the Aints on the road, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, and the Rams. Let's talk about some of the stats for the entire team and not just the players as a whole. On offense, I predict we will score 72 touchdowns, throw 10 interceptions. We will have 8,399 total yards and allow 35 sacks. Defensively, we will have 6 touchdowns, 29 interceptions, allow less than 4,500 total yards, and have a whopping 76 sacks. This breaks the Falcons record for most sacks in a season. The record held back in 1997 with 55. Defensive end Chuck Smith, he led the team with 12 sacks on the year. Right now, it's time for some hot takes. Michael Penix Jr. will become the first Falcons quarterback since Matt Ryan to have over 4,000 passing yards in a season. Next, Kyle Pitts finally has the breakout year we've been waiting for ever since his rookie year. It's time for it to finally show why the Falcons took him 4th overall back in 2021. Next up, Leonard Floyd will become the first Atlanta Falcons since Vic Beasley to have double-digit sacks in a single season with 12.5 sacks. Next up, obviously the Falcons will win the NFC South and at least win a playoff game. At least. If they win 1, that's awesome. If they win 2, cool. If they win 3, okay, now we're cooking. But if they win the 4th one, the Super Bowl, everyone in Atlanta is going to go into a frenzy. They will party all night long. They will go drunk. They will do anything because the Falcons finally won the Super Bowl. We're going to be partying all night long. And in the wise word of Jermaine Dupri, the parties won't stop till 8 in the morning. And now for my closing thoughts. We have done it again, folks. We have made it to the end of the 3rd season of Falcons Talk. I hope you guys enjoyed every single video I posted about the season. The Kirk Cousins late season collapse, poor pass rush, and coaching miscues cost Atlanta their playoff hopes. With Michael Penix Jr. at quarterback, a revitalized defense, and a defensive coordinator who means business, there is hope that this is finally the year they pull out of the misery and finally win football games and winning the Super Bowl. And now, I leave it to you guys. Let me know how you feel about the season and what you expect from the team this season. It can be about anything from stat prediction to records, who you think is going to be comeback player of the year, offensive player of the year, you name it. Anything you want to say, let me know. Place it in the comment section down below and I will respond to you. Until then, that concludes Falcons Talk Season 3. I want to say thank you again so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for the hype video that I will post hopefully in early August at best, or the night before week 1. So be on the lookout for that. Until then, thank you guys for watching. This is Down with Falcons fan signing out. Until next time, peace.